Probably the most popular question ever when it comes to starting a YouTube channel for your business. What camera do I need to start a YouTube channel? By the time you're done with this video, you'll be confident on which camera to pick that's right for you. In this video, we're going to look at the types of cameras that are available, the general prices involved, and how to get started immediately. The one question you can ask yourself to help eliminate the possibilities, and some ways to try it before you buy it so you don't waste your money. Put all that together and you'll be able to pick the camera that's right for you and your projects. There are all kinds of cameras available today. Anything from the one you have in your pocket right now, your smartphone, all the way up to the ones that Hollywood is using to make movies with. And quite frankly, the former is starting to catch up to the latter. There are a lot of people who are out there that are really determined to make the first Hollywood feature film on an iPhone. And a couple steps that you can take in between. First of all, like I said, the best camera is the one you have with you. So don't overlook that smartphone. There's a lot of features to it. Some of them are even starting to shoot in 4K. Once you get up into there, the sky's the limit. Webcams are kind of tricky because they are gearing towards the web internet experience. And a lot of those carriers can't handle 4K. So a lot of those cameras aren't going up to 4K. They're pretty much stuck at 1080p. But the 4K cameras and above is really what you ultimately want to look at. Now, I say that with a caveat, okay? If the only thing keeping you from recording videos is $4,000 to $6,000 for an amazing camera, and I'm sorry, but you got this in your pocket right now, that's not an excuse. Get up and running. Start producing videos. And I'll tell you one thing that nobody's thinking about, especially when it comes to starting a YouTube channel. When you upload your first video and you did it on your smartphone and you tried to add some special effects and it looks like a fifth grader edited it, guess what? Nobody's watching right now. Make those mistakes. Get those screw-ups out of your way. Learn from your own stuff and keep watching your own videos. I could have done that better. That's a smoother transition. There was a little stutter right there. Oh, the audio disappeared on me. Do that now, because eventually all that stuff is going to be rote and technical and button pushing. No problem. It's this stuff in front of the camera that's going to take your homework. So get the technicalities out of the way and then become an expert at delivering your information. And of course, the next step up is a DSLR, a digital single lens reflex. I don't know if you remember these, but when I grew up, my dad had a Minolta. Back in the day, this is probably back in the 70s, my father had a Minolta SRT 101, a single lens reflex camera. And basically, it's the camera that you normally see. It's got the body and the lenses up front. But when you take the picture, the mirror gets out of the way, the aperture sets itself, you take the quick picture, and then the lens shuts down. And boy, oh boy, to this day, I can remember hearing that mirror pop out of the way. It was a classic camera sound. They've come a long way in 40 years. Now we're into digital single lens reflex cameras. There's a lot going on. What used to be one or two buttons, now there's 50, 60 buttons on the camera. And each one of those buttons probably has 20 to 50 options that they trigger. Big difference these days. But the quality is absolutely amazing. And any of these you can step into for anywhere from $1,500 to $6,000, maybe even $10,000. Again, don't let the price scare you. Build up to it. Whatever you're going to eventually do it. You don't have to worry about that right now because you've got some really good quality in your pocket with your smartphone. And I think the next term in photography that is probably going to be going away is the movie camera. Because again, there's so much with smartphones, all the way up to the DSLRs, that's pretty much kicking those big stereotypical movie cameras, remember, with the two half circles on top of the camera with the big lens, they're going away. It's now becoming these small compact things with a whole bunch of stuff that's been added to it. So I guess the size really hasn't gone away. They're still pretty big, but those are anywhere between $25,000 and $50,000. Okay, so if that's where you want to go, feel free. My whole philosophy is don't go chasing down the rabbit hole. Start with what you've got, probably for free, and get your YouTube channel up and running. Now, the other camera that is starting to take over the world, quite frankly, is the mirrorless. If you were to set a DSLR and a mirrorless camera side by side, they'd pretty much look the same from the outside, especially to the untrained eye. You got the lens out front, you got the body in the back, but what goes on inside is completely and totally different. Now, as far as using a DSLR versus a mirrorless in producing your YouTube videos, go for it. You will virtually see no change. But the quality and what's coming, oh my gosh, you are going to see a huge change in the future. And of course, one of the big considerations is, what's your budget? And if you don't have one right now, again, I would strongly suggest you just reach into your pocket and start shooting with your smartphone. Smartphones these days are running anywhere between $800 and $1,500, $2,000 anyway. So you're well within that 4-digit price range. And from there, it only goes up. DSLRs, mirrorless, all the way up into movie cameras, you're talking tens of thousands of dollars. It's very easy to run down that rabbit hole, and I'm telling you, pull yourself back and just get started. What is your budget? Stick to it, because there's a bunch of stuff you could buy, don't get me wrong, but where is your money best spent right now? And personally, I say, just getting started, you spend it in your experience. Start gaining experience and start filming now with your smartphone. Another quick consideration, what are you creating with your camera? Are we talking full-length movies for Hollywood? Or are we talking YouTube videos for your business? Now, not to downplay your business or YouTube, but the two are like apples and oranges. There's a radical difference in specifications between a YouTube video and something that's going to be on the big screen from Hollywood. Are you making films or are you making how-to videos? I would strongly suggest you lean towards the how-to videos. That's going to get you a lot of traffic, and I'm going to go over those in another video. Is there a camera that you're already working with? Is there something that you find that works for you? Put it in the comments below. Let's share the knowledge. What are you using? What are you using? Let's figure this out together. And the biggest thing, of course, that you could do is do your own research. Focus on what you're going to be doing. Keep that constantly in mind. Check out websites. Check out camera shops. Check out videographers. Is there somebody around that you could take them to coffee? Sit down, talk gear. There's plenty of people out there, and trust me, when you get a couple electronics nerds together, that's all we want to talk about anyway. So they would be more than happy to let you pick their brain. Get some recommendations, get some guidance. What are you doing? Where do you see yourself shooting? In a studio or outside? Where are you going to be doing most of your work? What kind of work are you going to be doing? That's going to narrow things down quite a bit. And that way, you probably will end up saving yourself tens of thousands of dollars if you answer the questions precisely. Now, you've honed in on a few cameras you think you're going to be interested in. You've watched a few guys on YouTube who use different cameras, how they set them up, how they use them. You've seen their work. What do they produce? Video content, still photography, whatever it is. Now you've gotten kind of an idea of what they can do for you. How do you make the final decision without a huge, huge, huge investment? Well, maybe down at your local camera shop. Many camera shops or photography shops have a rental program. You can go in, rent it for a few days, if not a few weeks, mess around with the settings, push the buttons, dig into the menus, take some pictures, take some videos. What's it feel like to carry all that around? That's a huge consideration. Remember that Minolta I was talking about? That's a big, bulky camera that weighed a lot. After a while, as an 8-year-old, it was very heavy around my neck. But boy, I wouldn't part with it, that's for sure. Today, no. Weight is a consideration. Check out all the photography and video shops around. They may have that rental program that I'm talking about. And that way, you can dip your toe into the waters without a huge, huge, huge investment that turns out you really don't like. So when it comes to cameras, there's a great place to get started with cameras, microphones, topics, all kinds of stuff. Some of those things I've talked about here in previous videos on the channel, so be sure to check those out. But the other one that you really want to dive into is this. A friend of mine wrote this book, Nate Woodbury. It is A Hero's Guide to Influence on YouTube. Definitely a great place to start. You can have it for the price of shipping and printing. And let me tell you, this is not your typical black and white book. Nate put a lot of effort into this. It's full color and it covers everything from topic generation to YouTube to thumbnails to equipment, all kinds of stuff. It is a great place to get started if you're thinking about a YouTube channel for your business.